Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. I hope you're all doing well, that you're smiling right now. Let's put a smile on your face because life is good. Even if things are happening around us, we still have air to breathe, we still have sun which is shining. Every single morning the sun is rising, and same can we. Let's rise today. Let's rise beyond all those limitations which are telling to us what we can do, where those self-taught limits, what is possible and what is not possible, all the stories about ourselves, about our lives, about people we know, about money, about health, about relationships, about the world, about the universe, about God or anything else, all those beliefs. Let's raise beyond that, because maybe those beliefs are just false. There's a great shift that is happening right now in a collective consciousness. And I have a great opportunity because of the work that I'm doing. I can talk with many people. And I can see how many people started shifting their perceptions, which is such a beautiful process. Once we see that we can wait and wait and wait and nothing will happen. But if we change a part of ourselves, we will see changes immediately. We will see that maybe we see more details around us. Maybe we sense more opportunities. Maybe we become more aware of what is not serving us anymore and what there needs to be changed. What we truly become aware is that the only changes that will ever happen will be the changes that we will make on ourselves. Yes, we can see that the world is changing, but as long as we will not change ourselves, all those changes can happen, and they will happen, and they can keep happening. But if we are staying the same, we will not be able to get used to them. So we will not be able to accept them. So we will not be able to keep up with our lives. So the greatest changes that we all can do are changes on ourselves. So there is a great quote from Lao Tzu, a great Chinese philosopher. He said that if you want to awaken all of humanity, then awaken all of yourself. What about that? He also said, if you want to eliminate the suffering in the world, then eliminate all that is negative in yourself. Truly, the greatest gift you have to give is that of your own self-transformation. So the greatest gift that you can give is your own transformation. Isn't it powerful? I think that we need to think about it a little bit, because really often I go through conversations with many people, and many times people are saying I started changing myself, and finally I was able to see all those manifestations. Finally, I was able to see those synchronicities. Finally, I started seeing signs from the universe that I'm on the right path. What if all those signs are already all around us, but we can't see them? What if all those changes are already happening, but we can't see them? What if we are transforming, but we can't see that we are transforming because we are still caught up in certain perception? So the key to unlock new doors for a greater future is an awareness. When you become aware of yourself. When you become aware of yourself, are you that perception? Are you that lens through which you are seeing the world? Or is that lens just a layer between yourself and the world? Like a window If the window is dirty, you can't see clearly through it. So you need to do something about it. And the question is, are we willing to do something about it? We can't complain what is happening on the other side of the window if we can't see through it clearly. So the first step is to clean it up. Let's clean up our minds. What is not serving us anymore? What are, the thoughts that are defining us in this moment? And maybe those thoughts are false. Maybe we've just adopted them in the past, as psychologists and neuroscientists are saying that what we experience and perceive in the first 60 years of our lives will most probably define us for the rest of our lives. But the fact is that we can change all of that. We can change all of that because there's another way of living our lives. We could say a quantum model of reality. Our most known model of reality is that we look into the future through the lens of our past. All the experiences we've gained in our lives taught us what is possible and what is not possible. So we have certain fears, we have certain worries, we have certain thoughts and beliefs about our future. And with all those thoughts and beliefs, we are designing our future. So based on all the stories, we are taking actions and creating habits out of consistent repetition of actions, which are designing our future. But there's a quantum model of reality, where we learn to reconnect back to the infinite self. When we lose ourselves from all those labels of identity and we become nobody. If you are not labeled by anything, you're nobody. We are using meditation for that, where we place our attention onto something unknown. Wherever you place your attention, you focus on it. You become more aware of it. And that spot will start growing. So if you place your attention onto something unknown, onto empty space, for example, within your body, you can place your attention into your heart center, not your physical heart, your heart center. Maybe your third eye center. The space between your shoulders and your heart. When we start placing our attention, all those empty spaces in our bodies, we become more aware of nothingness, of emptiness, than we are aware of the known self. Longer we are doing that, more we become nobody. Once we become nobody, we have no layers, no thoughts, no beliefs about the future. So what happens? Now we are aware of the infinite potentials that are possible for us in the future. From that point of view, whatever we can see in the future, we will make it possible for us. And if we are consistently repeating that, let's say every single day, we will start believing more into that future than we believe into our past future reality. More we believe into that vision that we've created about ourselves in the future, less we will believe into the previous model of reality, or more known model of reality. That's where we get to that understanding of quantum leap or quantum jumping. If you're able to see your future, doesn't matter what happened in your past, and you're defining yourself now with all the possibilities that you can create in your mind's eye. You're already a changed person because now you see a greater potentials for you. You see a greater opportunities. You see a greater self within you. And most importantly, you know that you are the creator of that self. If you are the creator of the self, you will never create somebody who you don't want to be. And that's what millions of people right now are coming to understanding, that we are who we create to be. We are who we create to be. So you are who you choose to become. Choose wisely, my friends. Because if you want to awaken all of humanity, you need to awaken all of yourself. And this is so powerful. This statement is so powerful because many times we think that we need to fight for changes. But the truth is, when we fight, we create more hate, because fight is based on hate. If fight would be based on love, we would start spreading love. And love can be spread through fight. Love can be spread through compassion. Because love understands that everyone is going through pain, but love is stronger than pain. Everybody is experiencing fears, but love is stronger than fear. So if you are afraid, but you can sense love for the future, the question is, what will you choose? Will you choose fear and act out of fear, or will you choose love and act out of love? Whatever will you choose, you will awaken new opportunities which will reaffirm your choice. I've chosen love in my past, and I can see many feedbacks in my reality of my choice. And I'm truly in love with it. I'm truly grateful for my life right now. I truly am. To see all that love in the community that we have right here. To see all the growth, all the evolution of individuals here, and to see how that community is growing. And what I love to see the most is how people are creating habits out of happiness. How to create habits out of happiness. We are consistently working on improving ourselves to become happier, to become more kind, to become more compassionate. Once we start consistently repeating being happier, what is happiness? Happiness is when we are sharing ourselves without any selfishness. So when we could say selfless, sharing our light with others. When we make others important, because we understand that everyone is important, that's happiness. When we share that light, light has no labels. Light is pure love, and we can explain it however we want. We are not talking about that love from the movies and all those things. Light is that great energy that we feel when we are enjoying life, which we feel when we are in love with life. You know, the feeling inside our hearts. When we start sharing that feeling selflessly, or without any selfishness, if that's a word, we start sharing happiness with others, and that's where people become affected by your happiness. And you all know where it is going. It is spreading the same as any virus. People are becoming happier and happier, but the problem in nowadays society is that people have designed unconsciously habits out of misery, habits out of fear, habits out of anger. So people are unconsciously fearful, people are unconsciously angry, people are unconsciously unhappy. And the greatest shift can truly happen when you start sharing your transformation with the world without any selfishness. When you're sharing yourself but not placing light on you, but rather on others. But you also understand that when you need time for yourself, you will take time for yourself, because as same as everybody else, you are the most important as well. So if you want to shine, you need to be connected with your light. So you need to be aware of yourself, the real I am. Are you aware of the real I am? That's that, we could say, analytical self who is consciously designing or deciding what will you analyze, which thoughts to think, which choices to make, which emotions to awaken, which habits to create. The real I am, with conscious use of analytical mind, to design a conscious mind, which will design unconscious mind, which means that all the design of yourself is in your hands, not in the hands of environment. As I said in the previous video, that's where you become wiser than your environment, because you're not controlled by your environment anymore. Now you're creating an effect in your environment, and if those effects are based on love, based on greater understanding of the self, now you're spreading that greater understanding with others, and that's a beautiful process. And you're not like pushing that understanding to people. You let that everyone can vibe with it. If they vibe with it, if they not, well, somebody will eventually. Because we all have free will. So if we all have a free will, we can all choose what is the best thing to do for us, what to believe, what to do, how to become more self-aware. But once we have access to those informations, which are actually based on love, based on greater understanding, it's much easier to find the truth. It's much easier to get that guidance to the self-truth, to the understanding of the real truth. So this is it for today, my friends. I'm sending you all love, blessings, and power. Stay in that state of blissfulness for a few moments, and go outside and hug a tree and see that there's not much difference between you and a tree. You are a tree as well, just that you can freely move around. Remember that when tree has a strong roots, nothing can move you. Nothing can move you. If you are strongly grounded, nothing will move you. And you will grow faster than ever. Because through all those roots, you will gain greater wisdom. So walk freely with your head turned towards the sun, so you can see the light, which is stronger than any shadow. This is it, my friends. Have a beautiful day and see you soon. One love.